of people. You know what? I can draw the correlation between my own research. I researched the hippies. Antifa is a slightly more weather undergroundy version of the hippies, except they're not bombing people, as far as I know. They're a slightly more militant wing of what the hippies were, and Black Lives Matter is, basically what the Black Panthers were at any given point in the 1960s. It's just the same story, and we're getting the same narrative from the politicians in office and everything, that Black Lives Matter is bad, just like the Black Panthers were bad. They're not. Black Lives Matter and Black Panthers were both absolutely essential groups at the time. The hippies were bad. Antifa is bad. They're not. There were some complex views within the hippie movement that I don't necessarily support all of, but at the same time, it's just basically people trying to fearmonger, around Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and it's the same type of fearmongering we saw with the hippies and the Black Power movement, the Black Panther movement.
I asked you that question because I saw something on the news about it, and I definitely wanted to get your opinion on that, because it's, I don't know what to make of this group. I don't know. I haven't done that much research about them. But now you've enlightened me to that, and I really appreciate that answer that you gave.
Yeah.
Who do you think killed Kennedy?
Lee Harvey Oswald. But they're
like, who's behind
my question? Yeah, I tend to think that Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone gunman, but I will entertain notions that I mentioned earlier. I think LBJ was a piece of shit. Do I think he paid to have Kennedy assassinated? Probably not, but I would put it past him. The mafia didn't like Kennedy, but if they were going to kill anybody, they were going to kill Bobby Kennedy, because he was the one who was going after him.
Right. I think
the Cubans really didn't have a whole lot to fear from Kennedy after the debacle that was the Bay of Pigs.
Right.
I tend to think that Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone gunman, but at the same time, I am willing to listen to other theories. But until I see proof otherwise,
Dude, I really like this. Lee Harvey Oswald was shot by Jack Ruby for no fucking reason. And Jack Ruby was a fucking cop. And he knows, as a cop, for a fact that man's going to be put to death, because of, if he's absolutely guilty, he's going to be put to death for killing the fucking president. There was no need to kill him. So that tells me, plus, Oswald's like the perfect patsy because he was a Marine, and that's what they do. They teach us to fucking snipe people the fuck out. And so I think he's a perfect patsy. I think Jack Ruby was there to shut him up so he wouldn't get a chance to go on the stand and defend himself. And I couldn't tell you who exactly was behind it, but I know that there were players involved, including Jack Ruby was one of them. Jack Ruby absolutely silenced him, and that's what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a Jack Ruby fan by any stretch of the imagination. There's actually a really interesting movie that came out in the 1960s called The Trial of Lee Harvey Oswald. It's like a really super obscure movie, but it's the idea that what if Lee Harvey Oswald had ever come to trial? And it's a really interesting, little take on what would have happened if Jack Ruby hadn't, shot him down in front of, camera people.
Right.
There's also the whole thing about Jack Ruby killing him in front of the world, which is really interesting. But like I said, I mean, it had to be a major media event, of course. But at the same time, I'm very much a skeptic when it comes to a lot of conspiracy theories. So until I see some type of evidence that one way or the other, I'll just go with the I guess.
Okay. So we're going to wrap this up with some miscellaneous questions here. What's your favorite food?
I don't know. I like French fries a lot, Cajun fries. I like guacamole quite a bit.
Okay, cool.
You know, both those would be on the list.
Have you ever smoked weed?
I wrote my dissertation on hippies. You tell me.
Really? So you smoke pot on a regular basis?
On a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis, but you smoke pot.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, cool.
Dude, I live an hour south of Michigan where it's legal.
Oh, nice. That's fucking awesome. I can't wait for you to come back because you'll have to come over and do another show with me and get stoned at the same time.
I will do it if I can get my medical card in Arizona, which actually I think I probably could because the few times that I have either smoked or had like a gummy or something, it's really helped my anxiety. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so provided I can get a medical card, absolutely. You know, because I want to be above board with all of this since, you know, it's my name going out on the air and I'm trying to get an academic position.
Don't worry, not that many people listen to it anyway, and I got a Jerry Springer type audience.
It's cool. I just don't want anything coming back at me at any point in the future, being like, oh, this guy, you know, broke the law to do. I think I mentioned it to you earlier. I'm currently serving on a grand jury. I can't mention any of the cases that I've been, you know, not working on, but listening to. But, you know, there's all kinds of things where it's just like, yeah, you know, I don't want to be any one of these people who has to be brought before a grand jury. Right. Don't sweat it, homie. When you come here, I'd like to turn you on to it's what is it called? Cookies and Cream Chocolate Bar by MUV. Okay. I took half. I don't recommend eating the whole bar at all to anybody. Sure. Eat like half of it and make sure it's early in the morning and let it interrupt your day a little bit. But that's about it. Hold on a second. All right, brother. That's all I have for you today as far as questions are concerned. Thank you for sharing your life with us and your adventures. It was awesome. I had a great time doing this interview. Thank you so much for agreeing to do it and putting time and effort into it. I could tell you actually read the format, which is not a lot of people do. So I really appreciate you doing that for me, brother. And when did you say you were headed out here? I'm leave Bowling Green on July 22nd. I'll probably be back in Phoenix, but I'm going to be, you know, heavily moving into my new place during those first few weeks. So contact me, you know, like near the end of August, beginning of September, and we'll figure out a time from there. Okay. I want to leave you off with one last question. Tell me about your happiest memory. So, my dad picked me up from school when this would have been a few months before he passed, so I was maybe 10 at the time. And he picked me up from school, and he's just like, guess what? You know, I got us tickets to a Diamondbacks game. And we ended up going to that. We were in, like, third or fourth row on the first base side. And I just haven't been... I think that's my happiest memory, is just being with my dad at this baseball game. And unfortunately, he passed, you know, a few months later and everything. Otherwise, he would have been at all the wrestling shows with my mom. Oh, I bet. And everything. And yeah, he was the coolest dude. He really was. My dad was the coolest dude. And I really enjoyed being at that baseball game. During the game, I actually managed to get the umpire's attention, and he threw a baseball to me, which was really nice. Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's a great story, Britt. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. All right, hold on to the line so I can say a proper goodbye. And I'm going to stop recording here in a second. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate it, brother.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for sticking with me this long. I know it was a long interview, so I appreciate you sticking with me this long. You can obviously tell that me and Britt's beliefs conflict, which is fine, even in his choice as friends. But the point is that me and him get along, and that's what's important. He was cool enough to come on and take his time and effort to put into my podcast, and I really appreciate it. On the next one, so I just want to thank Britt real quick again for doing that for me. On the next podcast, which will happen tomorrow, I'll have my friend Justin on, who is an artist and a lyric writer and a poet, and so that should be interesting as well. But that's about it, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate it again. And keep listening to the podcast. And if you'd like, if you're on the Anchor app, hit that support button for me. I'd appreciate it. Have a great day.